Hi guys, it's Gigi here for a new series on my channel where we will put these 8 Sims through all sorts of social experiments. This first one I am going to do is take away their toilets and eventually move the baths into a public area in the house, seeing who will last the longest. The 8 Sims are Barry, George, Amy and Matt, Lily and Casey over here, and Clara and Gemma. Okay, time to get the house set up and take away all the doors and toilets. So now all the Sims have no toilets, and cannot leave the house. We shall see how they go with getting on with their normal lives. This house is made by me, which I did on another video which you should check out. I'm not going to tell them what to do, and allow them to get on with their normal lives. Let's see who is able to make it out alive. We've got an escapee, it seems. That was not supposed to happen. Gotta put him back in the house, as he's enjoying himself in the hot tub too much. Okay. And we're going again, all back, locked in the house. Alright, we've got the first person needing the toilet now, which is Amy, who is sleeping. She doesn't know it yet, but she will find herself discovering there aren't any toilets. That could be fun. This could get messy very quickly, as I see no toilets in her future. Haha. Hold on, how does Barry have an empty bladder? I'm not sure how that could have happened because he hasn't peed anywhere in the house. Are you hiding some secret toilet somewhere? We've got 5 of them now desperately needing the toilet. How fun is that? They are all just waddling around the house like penguins. We should have some bladder failures in about 2 hours. We've got one. Someone had a bladder failure right next to the TV in the living room. Lots of them are needing the toilet now. We are now 12 Sim hours into this social experiment, and actually have 4 puddles around the house. Oh look, the wagon wheel has decided to show up somewhere. Sucks to be them, because they have no possible way to actually get into the house now. This is what I call an open plan house. There shall be no secrets going on in here, as these Sims get no privacy. Got the bath there for all to see. And a lack of toilet. With the same downstairs. How can you possibly be lonely from no time spent with other Sims? You are literally locked in a house with 7 other Sims. So ungrateful. I think people are starting to lose it. We've got Gemma sleeping in a bush. There are literally 3 beds and plenty of sofas available, and she chooses a bush. What is going on with these guys? They're very peculiar. Hold on, we've got another one in a bush. Barry this time, but I don't think he's sleeping. OMG, I have found his secret. Barry has been peeing in the bushes to avoid embarrassment. That sneaky little clown, how dare he bend the rules. These bushes have got to go. Oh no, there's another bush over here too. I think it's time. Let's move the both of the baths into the middle of the hallways so that they will literally have to be naked and bathe in front of each other. One on each floor seems like the perfect opportunity to get them embarrassed, and invade even more of their privacy. Let's see what they think of this. So if we go upstairs, we will see George thinking about taking the first open bath. He's considering it while knowing it's a very bad idea. Nope, he's decided against it. That's not creepy at all. 3 Sims just standing, staring around the bed while one sleeps. They are definitely going crazy from the lack of outside world. Alright, so I swapped the downstairs bath for a different one without a back, just in case the sides of the old bath was protecting them from embarrassment. Okay, so this is fun. I was just checking on my Sims, and guess what I see? Good old George dying in the bedroom. The thing is, he's not even dying from embarrassment of anything. George thought it would be a good idea to not eat anything. For some reason he didn't have the skill of a child to be able to go into the fridge and grab some food like everybody else does, so bye George. Your stupidity ended up killing you. The first death of the house, and we've got the crying audience of George's housemates, as they wait for Death to arrive, to turn him into ashes. With his long pokey thing, Death turns up to turn George into a little urn which we will soon have a big collection of. First he has to stare at him for a while though, whilst 3 other Sims remain crying around him. Then with a flash of a long pokey stick, George is a lovely kitchen ornament. Without me noticing, someone was dumb enough to set the kitchen on fire. These Sims don't deserve the title of young adult, they're not qualified enough for that. Now I have 2 very charcoaled ovens which I am not going to replace for them because that was their fault, not mine. They need to accept the consequences of their actions. It's been a long time now and they have left me no choice. For the next few days they will all be naked. They don't want to be mortified, and so we need to take more extreme measures. This is going to happen to them all and they really won't like it, but it'll be funny for us and that's all that matters. See, it's funny, walking past each other naked on the stairs, quality entertainment. Amy and Barry look like they're having a great time. The house is more open than ever, and that's not just from the layout. The Sims are pretty open and drafty too. Okay, good, we have our first mortified Sim. This is progress. Lily for some reason has managed to find clothes again, and is talking to a naked, dirty Barry. Something must have gone wrong because she is mortified. Oh my gosh, Amy is mortified to the extent of death. She's been through so much torture. As a result of me. But we don't talk about that bit. Barry takes a while to notice that Amy is lying dead by his feet. Death and Casey both arrive together to watch Amy lie lifeless on the floor. It's all a bit dramatic if you ask me. Then with a magic poof, Amy is gone. Amy came in 7th place in our little competition, and is now a new urn for our collection. Haha, they should start dropping like flies now. As I said, dropping like flies, we have another one. Clara is too embarrassed for her own good and is now dead on the floor next to the Amy urn. She came in 6th place. She now has a huge audience to watch her be sucked up by a light into an urn. I'm starting to think the Sims secretly enjoy watching their housemates' eternal doom as they come to watch each time. Death thought he'd stay a bit longer, and is having a nice little chat with Matt. They are getting along very well. Or perhaps too well. Death seems to be feeling a bit flirty at the moment from their conversations they are having. Now they seem to have gained a loving relationship. Oh dear God. Another one bites the dust. This will probably help Matt's relationship with Death, as he dies once again next to the upstairs bath. At least now he can be with his bestie/lover. Death. He came in 5th place as Death comes for him, which he probably loves. Casey has lost it at this point, too many deaths for his liking. So he thought that groaning into a wall would help. He finished off his groaning session and wanders back upstairs to be with the others, that are still actually alive. They weren't all alive for long though. Lily was the next to die, coming in 4th place. However, died downstairs, which is different. I guess they were sick of dying upstairs. No alive people come to mourn her death, however she is joined by her dead ghost friend Amy, who sobs a lot. Death by this point is getting very sick of this household as he keeps having to come back. Both Barry and Casey are together in the upstairs hallway. They are both very embarrassed. Whereas Gemma hides away in the bedroom just thinking, "Nah, I'm staying out of this, I ain't having none of this embarrassment." Eventually, Barry makes it upstairs into the playroom while acting completely cuckoo. Talking to himself, behaving rather peculiar. Gemma manages to die in a similar location to Lily, while trying to eat her salsa and chips. No one is there to mourn her either as there aren't many alive people left. Gemma came in 3rd place, leaving only Casey and Barry left. Death quickly comes and takes her body away, leaving an urn behind to add to the collection. The urn gets placed alongside the other 5, so I can remember my accomplishment. I mean so the other Sims can remember her. Death figures he may as well just not leave as he has a feeling he'll just have to come back, so watches some TV while Barry watches Casey bathe, making himself become mortified. This leaves Casey wanting to drown himself in the bath and Barry face his favorite corner which he often stares at. This must make him feel better because he does it a lot. He slowly wanders out of his favorite part of the house, but the magic corner must have not worked though, because Barry gets this huge feeling of being mortified and just manages to hold off death. The feeling doesn't last long because soon all he can think about is food. It becomes obvious to me that there seem to be some spirits still with us. It's only a floating countertop, nothing out of the ordinary in the house of pure insanity. This is why Barry is no longer fazed by events like this. Clara the ghost gives up at scaring Barry and Casey, feeling very sad by her failure of a prank. She slowly floats across to the other side of the house, asking herself why she still chooses to stay in this hellhole. Clara goes to Barry for a hug because she is so sad. Barry is now questioning if he has some secret powers as he hugs this spirit. He knew he was a bit odd, but this is just weird. He continues to talk to Clara, now getting a bit more than friendly. As Barry leaves, Clara wonders if she can scare Casey, so dives into the bath head first, possessing it into the air. It gets a bit difficult, so she jumps back out, leaving it broken for the last two seem to get smellier than they already are. Barry sits mortified on a laptop upstairs thinking about how he can't stand being around Casey. Casey waddles upstairs trying to get as far away as possible from Barry. He goes to be childish in the kids' playroom to put his mind off of what his life has become. This is when Barry gets up from the table, as second place is handed to him. He tries to hold off his eternal death but fails to succeed. Barry dies in the bedroom on his own. He lies lifeless on the floor awaiting death's arrival. Death pulls out his tablet for what is hopefully going to be the last death today. He stands above Barry asking what on earth happened in this house. Casey, without knowing it yet, has won the competition and is rewarded the prize of not dying. For now anyway. Death refuses to come back to this house ever again. And now needs to go on a long holiday to recover. Casey slowly makes his way towards the room where Barry died and greets Death for the last time today. He chats to Death for a little bit. Then figures that maybe he should cry a bit and pretend that he cares. Death, rather fed up, does his thing and makes the final urn. Trying to ignore the fact that a fully grown man just wet himself next to him. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, I put down my final urn. And think to myself how proud I am from all the deaths I have caused today. Casey sits in the bath loving the silence of having the house to himself. Death comes down the stairs, wanting to kill himself, from all the work I have put him through. I should probably let Casey leave now, and give him his toilets back. Well, there you go. This has been Embarrassing Sims Until They Die. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I wonder what we can do to them next. How many times can we kill these 8 Sims over and over again? It sure does make me laugh. Wait, I'm not sure I should have said that in front of you. Hi again, can you try to forget that last bit? Yeah, no, legal reasons and all, thanks. Okay, you can leave now, that'll be all.